Hey, this is a video to kind of go over the summative reflective project that you guys will be working on for MegaBlock. I'm just going to go through the different parts just like we would normally, and then you guys will be able to get going. So this is the Google assignment that'll show up. It hasn't been posted yet, obviously, or look a little bit different, but I'm just going to take you through the two parts, and then everybody will know exactly what it is they need to do. So this one here, if I click on this, I will get over here to, this is the actual assignment. So what we're doing is, it's like your portfolios that you have been doing in the past. So it's just a collection of your work. Where you are going to determine which ones you think are the best and which one you think show you're learning the best, and you're going to organize them into the slideshow that is provided. So you're going to be looking back over the work over the semester and select things that you think are your best. Okay, so a couple of things that will go into it. You're going to need a number of slides, actually. So the first slide is going to be a brief entry about you. So you can include a picture of yourself, or if you have time, you can create an avatar. I'm sure there's a lot. Facebook has a thing right now you could use. So you're going to put in there your thoughts, ideas about the kind of learning we do in MegaBlock. So MegaBlock is a little bit different than some classes in that you use your hands a lot. You're learning by doing things, not just by theory. So when we want you to learn about the laser cutter, we give you laser cutter jobs. When we want to look at 3D printing, you 3D print something. When you want to learn about movie making, you make a movie, right? You're going to try to think about the different skills you've acquired and different skills you've developed. So these could be things like actually working in a wood shop, but it could be things like working with other people, like group work. So on the bench project, you were in a group, and how did you learn? What are some skills that you acquired that enabled you to do that better? So some of these would be technical skills, and some might be personal growth. You might also have developed the skill to take care of your own work, to make sure your stuff gets done, that sort of thing, because that's something that we need to develop. So that's going to be your first slide, and then after that you have a few more slides, and what you're going to be doing with those are look at 4 different projects that you did in the course. So you're going to be doing one of the slides is going to be on your capstone, whatever that is, and you're also going to do one on the bench project. We're still calling it the RBG bench project, even though we didn't actually make a bench for RBG. But that is what we're calling it anyway. So you would take it from the design stages way back at the beginning up until your little model that you made for Mr. Vanderweer just a few weeks ago. So that will be one of your slides. This will be slide 2 and 3. And then you're going to choose 2 more slides from everything else that we did. So we looked at 3D printing and we worked in the wood shop and so on. So any of these that you want to take a look at, you can do. You just only need to do 2 of them. So you'll make 1 slide for one and 1 slide for the other. So what will be on each slide are, these are the questions that you're going to use to answer. So you're going to make sure you have some images because you're using a slideshow because it is a visual component as well. You're going to make sure you always have the title, whatever the piece is, your completion date, when did you do it. Try to give it at least to the week. The author is in it was you. What did you use to make it, like Inkscape or Paint.net or whatever, as well as the tools you use for the product. Like for this, I used my phone to take this picture, or I used various woodshop tools and so on. And then a really short summary of your work, so like 2 sentences. This would be like, for this project, I took a number of pictures and I arranged them into a slideshow. Okay, so these are the questions you're going to answer for each one of those slides that you're working on. This is the success criteria. So this is how you know if you've done a really good job. This is an example of one from a previous year. So this one, taking a look at photography, these are the different graphic design things that they did, and each one she talked about those, and this is where she's answering those questions. So it's not a question 1 answer, question 2 answer. She took the questions, answered them, and used that to make the slideshow, or sorry, to make the paragraph. Same with here is another one. They didn't make benches this year. They made little libraries. So here's the name. When did they do it? These are all the tools they used, and these are the 4 people in the group. And then this is the slide. All the different questions are here, and they're all answered in this paragraph. So you're going to create slides that look like these for each one of the 4 things you're going to be looking at. So remember the 2, the bench project and your capstone, as well as 2 other ones. And that is about it. So the idea is this is a reflective idea again, right? We talked about this way back with the portfolios. And then this is the slideshow right there, is what you're going to be using. So you'll rename it. This will be slide 1, all about you. Slide 2, this is RBG bench, capstone, something, something, and that's it. And that is going to be the part. You're going to have, obviously, until the 15th of June, which is our last class, to get this all done. Between this and your capstone, both, I guess, will be due on that day. So that is all about the Summative Reflective project. If you have any questions, of course, you can just ask your teacher. If there's any problems you have with getting images, most of them you should be able to get to. If there are some that are still on your Z drive, well, that's a little bit difficult to get to that. So we will find an alternative for that if we need to. Okay, we'll talk to you guys later.